This one, we gotta, I think, just be a little careful how we answer. Alright,
I'm gonna speak my mind.
no, speak your mind. But, again, we're not trying to offend anyone. Why do guys continue to pursue girls who say they're lesbians? The girl says they're a lesbian, the guys continue to go. We both know, you know, friends of ours are lesbians. Naturally, for some reason, just lesbians are, you guys are so much cooler than just regular girls. I don't know.
They're like dudes.
They're like dudes, you know? It's like, I just call them like, hey, like, we talk about the same thing. It's awesome. You know, that's amazing. Now, my thing is, you know, I feel like the reason why when a girl says she's a lesbian and guys still pursue it is because, and I'm not saying it's okay, like if you know, by all means, if she says she's not interested, back off. In our society, and you know, the way things are now, and just from personal experience that I've seen, I'm sure everyone here has seen, lesbians, when they say they're lesbians and just their sexuality, it's not as solid, it's not as decisive as, say, a gay man. What I mean by that is, I've seen lesbians go from they're a lesbian, then they're not, then they are, then they're not, you know. You have some that have been with guys before. They've been with guys, now they're lesbians. We've even seen where, you know, a girl says she's a lesbian, time goes by, we see her again and she has a boyfriend. You know?
Oh, yeah.
So, and we see that just, you know, in general, whether it's on TV, whether it's in real life. And what I think that does, it created sort of a stereotype that, you know, if a girl says she's a lesbian, it's not, I'm not saying you're lying, but it's that, like, in the back of your mind, yeah, it's experimental, or it's not definite, because let's say you were to meet one, and again, because they're so, you know, they're so cool, if you were to meet one that you're actually attracted to, that you actually, you know, starting to like, she might say, oh, well, I'm a lesbian. Now, in the back of your, now you can consciously say, okay, well, you know, she's a lesbian, she doesn't want anything to do with me. But I think subconsciously, in the back of your head, whether it's because you're gonna think that later on, you know, she'll want to be with you, or you don't want to take the chance where she doesn't know yet, and later on she's gonna be straight. You know what I mean? It's in the back of your mind. There's always that like, well, what if? You know, there's always that what if when it comes down to it. So I think that's, you know, why a lot of guys still go for it. That's just my opinion. You know, they, and again, if they, by all means, they should back off if they're told to. But I think because of that, they still go for it.
Because we see a lot of girls on their experimental phases, as Seth put it.
A lot. You know, it's a huge,
absolutely.
Huge amount, you know?
I mean, I know of some people that, you know, have gone through it and, you know, have, you know, tipped the scale there, you know, did a little bit of both, and, you know, are still out there, and I respect these people, you know, whatever. I guess if you're trying to figure out where, you know, if you're trying to experiment and see where you're gonna sit there, that's perfectly fine. I'm not, you know, I'm not a homophobe, or I don't think wrong of anybody for doing that. But a lot of times that's why maybe guys may be like, oh, well, I've seen her with a dude. Now she says she's a lesbian. Let me see if she can get in the game again. You know, so that's valid, I guess. I agree with you there.
What it is all right. We talked about this. Is the thrill of the catch.
The thrill of the catch?
It is.
We sure did.
Yeah. Exactly. Where like your homeboy's like, oh man, she's so bad, bro, but she's lesbian, and you just give him a look. She not lesbian, bro. And you just, the nigga be like, mind fuck, like, you fucked her? Like, you know, you feel me? Like, it's just you want that, like damn, she's lesbian, so it's gonna be harder. It's gonna make it that much harder. Or sometimes you just mess around with a lesbian on accident. Where like it just happens, like the girl is horny, there's not a girl around, and you know, it just happens.
I agree on that, but well, I see where you're coming from.
The drinks and you know, it just, oh, fuck it.
Drinks will impair judgment.
Exactly. So
I think we live in a society nowadays that we look at girls as a lot more sentimental. And I think that because we think they're a lot more sentimental, they're more prone to, you know, like both. And for a lot of guys, being lesbian is acceptable, and for a guy to be gay is kind of like gross.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of guys look at it that way because of how we look at girls.
Well, guys, well, the society is changing where it's okay to be gay now.
Well, yeah, no, that's what I'm
And
saying.
it's not gross no more. If you look at it,
Oh yeah, yeah, and I'm not
you're a
being.
bad guy.
I know, but I'm saying like a lot of guys out there.
I
I'm not
see.
saying that's me. I'm not saying that's me, but there's a lot of guys out there that do think that way as to girls making out with girls, yeah. Guys making out with guys, fucking gross.
No, I don't even think like
You know,
that. When
I don't
see
think like that. Like to me, this is my point of view. Real quick, I'll let you answer that. But to me, more gay guys out there, more girls to go around. You know, so I really, you know, I mean, we have gay friends. We have, you know, friends out there, and these guys are cool.
Yeah.
All I ask is that you respect me. You know. No, don't get some liquor in your system and come try to talk to me, because that ain't happening. You might get fucking punched.
But see, but that's not usually
you know,
what happens.
Oh yeah, of course not. You know, and it's cool. So you know, as long as there's that like mutual respect in there in between, I think we should respect. Like Otis said, if the girl, you know, really is a lesbian, and you know, you try to talk to her, and she's like, hey, no, that's not really my game.
Then you
respect
stop.
that. Then you
Then you
stop.
stop.
You stop.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's when I say, well, when shit just happens. Because it could be that one day where y'all both get really sauced.
Yeah.
And shit just happens.
Here's how, and I don't want to like, look, I'm not gonna say any names, and this might be like, I don't want to get in trouble for this, but like just to bring it up, like, me personally, I'm sure there are lesbians out there that are like complete lesbians. You know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What I'm saying, me personally, I have not met, and I do not know a lesbian that was like born, never attracted to guys, realized she was a lesbian, now she's a lesbian, has sex with other girls, and does not use any like fake type of, you know, penis, so, you know, substitute dildo. It's that she's just completely lesbian. What like the ones I do know, and again when I mention names, it's like, you know, they have been with guys, or they like, and what like, and it's, I don't want to sound like, I don't know what's the word for it, but it's just when a girl says she's a lesbian but they're wearing strap-ons, that doesn't,
contradicting.
yeah, it doesn't make it.
But a lot of it, I think, is it seems a lot of lesbians are lesbians because they don't like dealing with how guys are. They like how girls are because girls are completely different.
Or they feel like they're guys.
It's not all about the physical stuff necessarily, and I think that's what people view it as. You know, like people who are like, oh, I don't like gay dudes. It's because they view it as the sexual act rather than finding another guy's company comforting.
Yeah.
And that's the way that it's just looked at, which is fine. If someone wants to believe that, whatever. But I think as long as it doesn't affect someone else, fine. But whenever someone tries to pursue someone who's a lesbian and doesn't stop, then it starts affecting other people.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
And it's disrespect.
It's like, I'm looking at what happens there.
Next question.
All right, next question.